Okay, hi guys. Sorry, low quality yung camera natin today. Tinatamad ako mag-setup ng phone. Pero, no worries. Umaga naman, you can see me clearly. And I think it's overexposed a bit. But yeah, that will do. So, guys, today we're going to discuss a new topic. So, what's up, tricycle? We're going to discuss a new topic, so which is what we call controlled structures. So when we say controlled structures, basically these are decision structures, decision camero. So here is your if, else if, else if, keme. So this will all be discussed in here. So when we say controls, so before we begin, so at the end of the discussion, we're going to, or the topic generally, but today we're just going to discuss if else. So you should be able to use decision control structures, and then of course after this one, we're going to discuss repetition control structures, and then we're also going to use branching statements like break, continue, and return, to which allows redirection of program flow. So basically, when we are dealing with control structures, you know that in the flowchart, there's this what we call diamond thingy. So, ito yon, ito yung part na how you're going to code the diamond part. So, as you remember in the in the flowchart, when we use the diamond part, there are always two parts, so which is you have the yes and the no. So, that is what we're going to discuss today. So basically, decision control structures are Java statements that allows us to select and execute specific blocks of code while skipping other sections. Okay. So first thing is we have the if statement. So you're going to use this if you need to, like you have a decision that is answerable by yes or no. So basically, the if statement specify that a statement or a block of code will be executed if and only if a certain Boolean statement is true. So in this example, it has the format like this. So you have if and then the Boolean expression. So and then the statement, or you also have if and then the boolean expression, thus then some statements underneath. So make sure that the boolean expression is either a boolean expression or a boolean variable. So when we say boolean, it is always, it's either true or false. So the concept of if, guys, so if you have this statement here like if, then a boolean expression, if it is true, this will be executed, and then if not, it will not be executed. So for example, if we have if grade is greater than or equal to 75, and then you can have the statement here like system that out at print pass. So because if you have an input like the grade is 68, so this is false, therefore the statements underneath the if statement will not be executed. So, a little bit of coding guidelines before we go to our example. So, the Boolean expression part of a statement should evaluate a Boolean value. So, ibig sabihin nun, dapat true or false siya lagi. So, common mistake is hindi siya Boolean. So, therefore, nag-error yung code. And then indent the statements inside the if block. So example, this one, make sure that your brackets are here. Sorry, this should be aligned in here as well. So dapat naka-indent yung mga statements you here para para malinis. So a little bit of examples, a little bit of pasensya. Okay, so boom. Okay, so let's try to create a class, a new class. So new, and then we have a class. So we have a control structure sample. So let's just name it there. So there. Okay, so let's create a let's integrate, of course, the things that we have studied last time. Let's import scanner. Scanner. Okay, and then we're going to call scanner here. Input is it okay, so we're going to create a system. Okay, I'm gonna check if it is recording. Yeah, it is recording. So, uh, wait lang mga kumare ha. What the fudge? Okay, so, uh, sorry. Okay, so let's try to enter a grade. So, we're going to evaluate the grade. So, uh, let's create some variables and then let's create the prompt. Enter a grade. So we're going to evaluate the grade if it is passed or failed. So since we're just dealing with if first, we're going to have like if, of course we need to prompt the grade ay kung saan na ilalagay. So input dot next int because this is int. Okay. And then so we're going to have the if then we have grade is greater than or equal to 75, greater than or equal to 75. Ayan. So, basically, boolean na yan. And then, so we're going to have it here. As you can see, it is indented over here. Oh. So, we have the system that out, that purprin. Let's say word line. You pass. Okay, something like that. Okay, so if we're going to run this one, let's have it here. So enter a grade. We're going to enter a grade. Let's say 65. So that is your grade for the prelim. Charot. Okay, so if we're going to enter the grade 65 without entering it yet, we're going to evaluate it here sa may part ng grade. So like grade is greater than or equal to 75. Is it true or false? So false. Ayan. So false siya. Therefore, walang magpiprint and the program is already terminated as you can see it here. Okay, so if we're going to run it again, then we enter 90. So is 90 greater than or equal to 75? Yes. Ayan. I missed classroom. Okay, so this will show. You pass. Okay, so going back to the corner. Okay, so that's our first example for that. Next one. We have if else. So, yeah, what if false? And then I want something to happen every time it goes to false. Therefore, you have the else part. So, then, the if else statement is used when you want to execute a certain statement if a condition is true and a different statement if the condition is false. So the if then statement has the form, so it like the if, it's just the same thing, but then it just have the else there sa baba. Okay, so let's try to modify our code. Ayan. Okay, so you have the if already here, and then we just put else here. Else, then system that out the print line you failed and sad face. Okay. So if we're going to run this one, let's say our grade is 65. Of course, grade is 65 is greater than or equal to 75. It is false. Therefore, it will show that you failed there. So, yeah. That's that. Yun lang yun. Then, next is we have okay, so a little bit of code sound coding guidelines. So to avoid confusion, always place a statement or statements of an if or if else statements inside brackets. A good practice yung brackets, by the way, para hindi kayo nahihilo kung sino yung magkakasama and all. Then next one, you can have nested if else blocks. So there's a chance that these things are nested. So this means that you can have other if else inside an if else block. So for example, as you can see here, if, and then you have another if there here, and then else and stuff. So if we're going to do that, okay, let's try. to create a nested block of if. So let's just, show here. So you pass, and then let's evaluate another one. If, let's put another condition here. If grade is greater than or equal to 90. So anything above 90, and then we print system that out that print uh, top player kalods kaboy. Something like that. So if we're going to run this, let's have 97. So it will show you pass and then this part. So as you can see here, the flow of the program is when we enter the grade at 97, so it went here. So grade is greater than or equal to 75, so that is true. Therefore, it will execute here. You pass. And then it will move to this category. If grade is greater than or equal to 90, which is 97, which is true, then it will show it here. So if we're going to put like 80, 80. So 80, let's evaluate. So if grade is greater than or equal to 75, so 80 is greater than or equal to 75, so that is true. So this will be printed out. And then if grade is greater than or equal to 90, 80 is not greater than or equal to 90. Therefore, it is false. So therefore, this part will not be executed. So if we're going to run this, yeah. So yun yung nagpakita. So basically, if you want to understand how if works, you just continue with the flow, or of course if you don't want to, or you cannot understand, you can just simply create the flow chart of the problem, and then yeah, your problem is solved. Okay, anywho, so let's continue. Okay, so last one for the if is we have the if else if. So this is like different layers of if aside from the nested. It's yeah. So we're going to have an if and then else another if, then until you end it with else. So the statement in the else clause of an if else block can be another if else structure. So this cascading of structures allow us to make more complex selections. So for example, this is the structure of if else if. So you have the first if and then the else if and then the final else. Okay, so we're going to have some examples here. So let's modify our code. Okay. So you have this one. So we're going to change it. I'm going to remove this part. Yeah. So you have here. And then we're going to add another if. Else if. So grade. So you have the 75. Greater than or equal to 75. You pass. And then let's just have greater than or equal to 80. Or 85. 85. Then let's just have it you are great, good job, something like that lang. Good job. And then let's have another else if grade is greater than or equal to 95. What's the remarks of the video? Okay, that you are the best. You're the best, Keme. And then our Elsa. So our Elsa is our else is let's try. Uh, oh, okay. Let's try to make it baliktad. Okay, I'll just explain. Uh, since greater than or equal to 75 is already like our grade is 90 and it is already through here, therefore the other parts of it is already disregarded. Therefore, we might be trying to revamp the code, like reverse it in order na parang ano, sige, 95 and then let's set the 80 and then we have 75 here. So, we just change the remarks para ano, para masaya. Wait, I'm gonna check if it's recording. What the hell? Something like this. And then, you are my light. Baby. Okay, so if we're going to run this one again, you're going to have 90. So let's evaluate. Greater than or equal to 95. Well, that's false. Therefore, it will go here. Greater than or equal to 85. So yes, 90 is greater than or equal to 85. Therefore, our output should be good job. Yes. Yan. Sabi ko naman sa inyo eh. So let's have like the grade is 99. Yes, so it will print you are the best of the best. M's. I am. So basically, that's how you use if and else if and stuff. So, yeah, basically that's it. Okay, so let's continue with the slide. Okay, so I have some examples here. So we're done with examples. So common error when using the if-else statement. So the condition inside the if-else statement does not evaluate a Boolean value. Always remember, guys, that the thing inside the if statement, the gear, like that, should be a Boolean value in order for it to evaluate. Okay. Next one is using single equal rather than equal equal for comparison, because the use of this solo equal sign here is to instantiate a value or to enter a value of a said variable. But if you use this equal equal, that is equivalent to a Boolean statement. And then of course, writing else if instead of like without space. Make sure that it has always a space. Parang yung kailangan niya sa'yo. Yeah. Yeah. So, more examples. Okay. So, let's have another one. What do you want? Okay. Let's try to create a problem. A little bit complicated than that. So, let's just say let's go to a market. So, wait. Okay, so let's have string fruit. Okay. And then 10:30 time. Oh shoot, I have a class. Wait lang. Hi. Sad. Sorry. Okay, so let's proceed. Let's have a fruit, and then this will be entered by the user, and then we're going to have int amount, pieces, and then total. Okay, so let's have that. This is like a palenque. Okay, so system.out.print enter fruit apples, apple, orange, the grapes. Let's just say like that. And then, so we're going to ask for the user to enter fruit. So fruit is equal to input dot next line. There. So then, we're going to have the if, then we have fruit is equal to apple. There. So the apple of my eye. So let's just ask for the user to enter system that out, that print, enter pieces of apple. So, shit, sorry. Then, we're going to have, what is wrong with this code? Oh, yeah, sorry. Should be there, yeah. Then, going to have p pieces is equal to input that next int, and then we're going to have the total is equal to pieces multiplied by how much is an apple today. So let's just say 10 pesos, okay? So times 10, and then we're going to add for the another fruit, for the next fruit, else if, and then fruit is equal to, so orange, and then, sorry, should be like that. Then of course we're going to ask again. So let's just, oh my god, that's so wrong. Going to ask for the formula. So let's just say that the oranges are 5 pesos each. And then we have another else if fruit is equal to grapes. Baby, you're like lighting in a bottle. I can let you. Wait lang. Okay, so going back. You have the grapes part. And then you're just going to have it here. Just, oh my god, that's should be like that. And enter kilos. Just change it for kilos, but we're still going to use. And then let's just say 100 per kilo. We're just still going to use the pieces part. So, and then we have our else, and then we're just like system that out the, oh, the print not available. Ay, doon ka. Yeah. So we're going to analyze it. So if it enters an apple, an orange, or a grape, it will show the set. We haven't printed out the ano yet, the total. So let's just print it here. So send that out. The print total bill is equal to, then we have total. There. Right. Okay. Okay, so let's just equal to 0 to have it an initial value. Okay. So we're going to run this. Apple. Okay. Oh. There you go. APPLE. Huh? What the? Hmm. Why? Why? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's wrong? Haha. Okay, I get it. Okay, sorry. Okay, guys. So, I'm about to tell you something. The joke. I know what's happening. Uh, Basically kasi, when we are using these things, these are actually cara for primitive data types only. So when we are using a string, which is not a primitive data type, basically it's a class. I explained this before. These are not applicable, but there are methods for comparison. So let's just revise the code so that you will not mabuwang. Uh, enter fruit. Let's just have it like one for apple, and then two for orange, and then three for grapes. I remembered it. I'll teach you, no worries. So, int. Let's just put it int para int. And then if fruit is equal to 1, and then fruit is equal to 2 for the orange, and then for the grapes, you have the 3. Okay, so let's try. Okay, so if we're going to run this one, hopefully I know this will work. Ayan. Yay! So you have 5, therefore 50 paces. Okay, so yeah, pumasok na siya. Thank God. That works. So let's try another one. So 2, and then we have 5, so bill is 25. And then the 3, we have grapes, and then we have 1 kilo is 100 pesos. So if we're going to have other 4, so it is not available. Not available. Okay. So there. Uh, I think that's it. If you have problems, just feel free to message me on Discord and stuff. And then of course we're going to have an activity. That's why we're studying. Okay, so I'll be sending out the activity later on as well. Kasabay siguro nitong video na to. I have no idea. Okay, so thanks guys. If you have questions, PM na lang. Bye bye.